Hi, I'm Symphoneers, and today we're taking a look at Aeve Progenitor Ooze in Historic Brawl again, but this time we're doing a Slime Against Humanity deck, because I mean, who better to helm a Slime Against Humanity deck than Aeve? I actually did try building this in Simic and stuff, and it was just, so I wanted to commit to the bit more, and I've been happier with the deck as a result. So we are very much built around Slime Against Humanity, and we're supporting it in a couple of ways. We have numerous hardened scales type effects that will just make our slimes bigger, faster, the most notable one probably being Branching Evolution, which will essentially double the size of our slimes. Then we have numerous things that will copy up the tokens from Slime Against Humanity. Parallel Lives, Doubling Season, Primal Vigor, I think are the main ones. Notably, these do not work with the Aeve tokens because of niche rulings. Woo! Specifically, the Aeve tokens are not considered to be created, so that's why these don't work with the Aeve tokens. But yeah, that's just a thing to keep in mind. Other stuff we're doing in this deck, we have a lot of kind of unusual ways to draw cards because a lot of things like Henge and stuff don't actually work with Slime Against Humanity, so we have Symmetry Matrix, which can draw a card every time Slime's ETB if we pay one, as well as, like Tribute to the World Tree will make our very earliest slimes bigger if we have it down early, and then we will just draw a card every time slimes enter. It can be a really powerful source of draw if we do have doublers down. We have a handful of looters in the deck, Matsalantly, as well as Bag of Holding, and one or two other things, Collector's Vault. Yeah, these are great in the deck just because you can loot a Slime Against Humanity into the graveyard, draw cards that have more utility, and that kind of entire process still sizes up the slimes, or gets your slime count up. Aside from that stuff, we have even more ways to generate a resource advantage, or like kind of unusual for green ways to generate a resource advantage in two swords, the swords on Arena that give us card advantage and ramp, basically, or ramp in the case of Fortune Frontier, just advantage and kind of incidental removal or damage for Fire and Dice. We do have a File of Gladriel. This is one of my favorite 3-mana rocks, just because whenever you get empty-handed, the next card you would draw, you draw 2 instead, which can be a really powerful effect, especially if you're looking to dump your hand of, like, slimes early and draw cards from there. We have some incidental slimes in, like, Oran-Reef Ooze and Biogenic Ooze. These are kind of the other oozes that work well with sort of antheming up our slimes. They make our slimes better. We have a lot of acceleration in the deck, too, of just like Mind Stones and stuff, a little bit more draw from Bankbuster, Swiftfoot Boots to make Aeve or whatever hasty. In the 1-drop slot, we have a ton of things that search for lands, as well as some eggs, or like cheap artifacts that put themselves in the graveyard and draw a card. We are running the deck like this because it is a way to get our storm count up for Aeve without too much additional legwork, and also putting this many things that do this in the deck mean we can pretty aggressively cut down on lands. And that together means that even though we're only running 29 slimes, it kind of feels like we're running 35 or whatever slimes, and it also improves the consistency with which we will draw other cards. Usually this is kind of a fractional effect because most decks don't run enough of these for the deck thinning to matter, but we have a lot. So yeah, they do the twofold thing of deck thinning and getting storm count up for Aeve. I think that is more or less everything. We have some additional acceleration on one, Delighted Halfling, Llanowar Elves, Elvish whatever, Llanowar Visionary in here too. If you like the deck tech and like the video, like, subscribe, etc. Helps the channel a lot. And let's get on to some actual gameplay. So this is a 1-land hand, and I'm gonna say we should mull that. This is effectively a 3 to 4 land hand, so sure, why not? Thirsting Roots for a forest. And then this will let us play out Craig and the Chromatic Star next turn, which is nice. Craig. Everyone loves Craig. And there's the chromatic star. Elves get death touch, etc., etc. Okay. Tap for a green. Chromatic star puts itself in the graveyard. We will arcane signet and slime. Can double slime next turn. Would be kind of nice if we had a bit more of a way to develop, or like, I don't know, I came here to slime, so, you know. Why shouldn't I? Just put a lot of trample power on the board before they do stuff. Counter equal to the mana produced. Sure, so it's a way to grow mana dorks. Okay. Yeah, I was reading that earlier and it just like did not work in my brain for whatever reason. Llanowar Visionary, you are maybe helpful. Okay. Maybe not. Attack with the 4/4. Take the opponent to, I assume, yeah, take them to 21. Slime. If we can get another 1-mana spell, that would be okay, because that would give us Storm 3 on Aeve. Or like Storm 2 and then cast Aeve Storm 3. Four or more card types. We are, oops, all sorceries except for the chromatic star. Glissa, why? I can be annoyed by this card in standard. That happens. No blocks, take one. Bag of Holding. I guess we have enough mana to make all this work, huh? Traverse the Uvenwald. Grab a forest. Do this. Bag of Holding. Aeve. Slime, slime, slime. Craig. I think we actually take the flip on Craig for once. We lose 2 blockers automatically. That makes our ability to push damage here pretty bad. Words. Oh, it's the extremely angry lady from Baldur's Gate. Watch Ranged Touch's playthrough of Baldur's Gate for a academically oriented analysis of what's happening on the game. I've not actually played or seen any Baldur's Gate aside from the Ranged Touch playthrough. So yeah, my introduction to this lady is just like her abusing a child. Because I've got to protect my community, or whatever. And it's like, oh, okay. Doesn't change the fact you're a bad person. This 2/2 is not really doing anything. You are destroyed enchantment. I'll take this. I guess the remove counters clause is more relevant than anything else. My Aeve. No, my Aeve. I'd probably take it off the tramplers, honestly, because, like, you can jump these. Wizard rockets. Draw a card, discard a card. Normally I would play these out, but we're at a point in the game where they, like an egg, it's not really do all that much for us. Or in Reef Ooze, you're fun at least. Opponent just vibing, moisturized, in their lane thriving, etc, etc. Actually, I don't know if I want to do Craig there. Why is the equip on Craig so expensive? Put a 1/1 counter on target creature we control. Put it on the 3/3 so it can punch through the 4 toughness stuff. Attack with everything except the 2/2. They need to block some things. Okay, the real long, slow block just to die, but I mean, I'll take it. Good games to the opponent. Ooze versus Ooze. Also, I will keep this hand. It has a lot of acceleration and some card draw. Remarkably Ooze light, but listen, we can handle that later. Or the file in particular helps deal with that very... Okay, lots of acceleration to work with, so that is nice. Let's do Arcane Signet into Mind Stone. Then we can file Bankbuster. Toski. I don't hate getting Toski down, although that's maybe slower than getting other stuff down, like getting more mana down and draw. Or, I mean, Toski is draw too, but... Bunch of mana. Yeah, just a little bit expensive for how much draw we have at the moment. Although it might get very hard to get in with Toski very quickly. I guess the Ozolith can solve that, or like start sizing Toski up. Cloud Conceer draws a card for our opponent. I would like to play out Toski, play out the Ozolith. We favor this over drawing with the Bankbuster because it empties our hand for the purposes of file. So yeah, if you would draw a card while you have no cards in hand, draw 2 instead. Seems neat. Seems relevant to my interests. Vanifar cloaks a card from the opponent's hand. Puts it onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 with ward. All the like cheeky uncloak stuff is in other colors, right? Or like there's Dimir and other things. So we draw some things. It's Utopia Sprawl on one of the forests for green, and then do a Llanowar Visionary. Draw 2 cards again. Do a little bit of a think, just as a treat. Let's open the gates for a forest. Play out a swamp. I think we want to start sizing Toski up. We lose out on some sweet, sweet file draw, but we get to... Yeah, just start scaling, really. Bonk. They chump block with Vanifar this one time, but then we can put another counter on Toski on subsequent turns, and their free blocks go poof. Or, I mean, they can start chucking face-down cards under Toski, but that's... I don't know, I'm kind of okay with that too. We'll start pressuring them with slimes, etc, etc. Either way, we're using all our mana each turn, which I like. Ornithopter of Paradise for the opponent. Vanifar presumably cloaks again, yep. guess the face down cards are colorless, huh? I don't know why I didn't realize that before, or think about that before. Counter on Toski, just so I don't shoot myself in the foot, mana-wise. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So we can slime twice and draw a card with Bankbuster. Or let's do that now. Slime. I guess theoretically I'm supposed to be worried about, like, I don't know, something. Or let's be semi-diligent and get in with Toski. We're really stepping through combat phases for some reason. Or, yeah, just the phase flip back and forth is a little bit chunky. We both have instant speed things to do, I guess, or that we can do. They throw the Cloudkin Seer under Toski, sure. So that happens, and we do slime number 2. And we end turn. Wall of Runes? Okay. That is confusing to me, but sure. And hi, littlest cabbage. Yeah, we're playing some Aeve ooze stuff. Sad robot. Yeah, I figured they might start flipping over to the 1/1 mode, because they do have 4 bodies now, so it's a fair amount of power and toughness that they can put on everything. That's kind of why I was making a face, or like, Wall of Runes, what? Because why not play some colorless creatures, get more counters on things. Sorry, we can slime. Emptying our hand here is weird. Straw card. Wayfarer's Bauble, little bit clunky. Counter on ooze. Do a slime. Do a slime. Yeah, Aeve's neat. I've only played Aeve in like full-on Storm decks, but they do okay here just because we generate a bunch of external oozes, so even with like Storm 2 or whatever, we can put, 20 power and toughness on the board. Brain help. Yeah, we attack in with this stuff. There's an argument for doing this sooner, just so that we can draw cards and have more information to work with. I don't. Oh, it's fine. Oh, they just let us draw 3, which is neat. I like that. Yeah, Toski draw goes burr. Okay. We do this, we play out a Chromatic Sphere, I guess, or like that's the only thing we can do. Does potentially reduce our Aeve storm count next turn, but that's not a huge issue. Or like we can crack Chromatics, we can slime, crack Chromatic Sphere. Play out the other thing we draw, maybe. We can circle back and look at the deck after this, if you want. Or I can do a deck tech even, because I think we might be winning this game. Although that might be an optimistic jinx. They put a 1/1 counter on each colorless creature they control. Face down cards go burr. They flip Malcolm up, sure. They flip Icefeather Aven up. Oh, that functions as hard removal against us, so that's not ideal. But sure, we get bonked for 8. Kind of surprised they're attacking in with that much stuff, given that they're at 10. Probably want to keep putting counters on active slimes. Crack a green, or crack the bauble for a green. We draw a card. Cast Traverse the Ovenwald. For a forest. Play out the forest. Put a counter on a slime that can hit them this turn. 1, 2, 3. We can cast one slime and then Aeve, right? Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. We should maybe move to combat first just to draw cards and make decisions with information and stuff. I forgot to crew the Bank Buster. Whoops. That's an oof owie. That's what I get for clicking through things a little bit too fast and doing storm math too fast or whatever. Yeah, they throw wall under Toski, that under you, sure. We're in very good shape. Or we seem to be in very good shape. They have a thing, Glint, +0/+3 into hexproof. Okay. So Vannifar doesn't die. But our other slimes connect with damage. Okay, so we don't miss lethal off of the Bank Buster punt. And we draw 2 cards. Off of Toski. So that's nice. Parallel lives. We can't parallel lives and... Or no, sorry, we can parallel lives and Aeve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can parallel lives and Aeve. That's neat. I like that. Aeve happens. Doot, doot, doot. Mass Bounce would get us here. They do potentially have outs in their deck if they're playing like a River's Rebuke or something. From the roping, I'm going to guess that that's not the case. But you know, we'll let them salt rope. They rope through to the game auto-selecting a Vannifar thing for them. And now we're here. And we are semi-obligated to just act like they aren't, or haven't been salt roping. Which is to say, we crew things properly, and do stuff, and crack a bauble, I guess. We'll do all the slimes post-combat, if there is a post-combat. Alley-oop, Settle the Wreckage. Judge, my opponent's playing a Settle the Wreckage in a Simic deck. Yay, we get the Salt Rope win. Good game, question mark. We do slime stuff. We do slime stuff and assert dominance, so you know, that was nice. So this has a lot of slimes in it, but I would like to have more utility and things in here. Much better, or like much more interesting in terms of having additional support and setup for our game plan. Turn 1, we will play out an Attune with Aether, grab a Forest, have a clunky turn 2, presumably, yeah, branching Evolution on 3, Symmetry Matrix on 4, and then start sliming. Maybe that's too slow. That might be too slow, we'll see. That's what I'm looking at for the moment, though. We're playing some real good elves, huh? Some real high-quality elves. Anyway. What are you, 5/5? So our first slime can't block, anyway. Productively against Voja. Verdlid's Favor on the Woodland Mystic. Okay, that gives us more time to like Symmetry Matrix or whatever, which is nice. We go down to 19. We might just get beaten to death. It is semi-likely that we get beaten to death, but our slimes should at least be good Voja blockers. Or, sorry, they should be good for blocking all this stuff, even if they can't block Voja specifically. Draw a card for each wolf you control. They do not have any wolves so far. So, Slime Against Humanity. Pay for the Symmetry Matrix. Toski, okay. 5. Make 2 slimes next turn, ignore the Symmetry Matrix things. So that's not great. Although, okay. That's more aggressive than I was expecting. I guess Vojo puts counters on things. Oh, each elf you can... Jesus Christ. Okay, never mind. We just die. Or like, I mean, I can throw a thing under it, but yeah, we literally just... Woof. I was correct in that this is too slow and we get murdered. Good games to our opponent. If we're gonna lose quickly. I think I like this hand. Wizard's Rockets is just early value. Then we have Arcane Signet to help accelerate us up to... Ideally we can like hit land drops and play out parallel lives. Someone keeps messaging me. We'll get back to them later. Anyway, Gisa and Gerald. For the opponent. Play out a forest, pay 0 for the Wizard's Rockets, we just want to draw a card. We draw a forest, which is genuinely pretty good for us right now. Yeah, we can do the parallel lives first. I don't know if we certainly don't want to just chump block the Tomebound Lich. Yeah, I think we want to take the 1 turn off, especially while their shield's down or like don't have any mana to play out the parallel lives. Then we can start double sliming them, which will just help deal with what ails us. And that seems pretty cool and good to me. Geese and Gerald, when they ETB mill 4, once during each of your turn, you may do the thing. Okay, no, I'm fine with this. Fleshbag Marauder into the graveyard. We will make a land drop, figure out our ramp sequencing. Do this, do this, do a slime against humanity, have 2 tutus to work with. They can fleshbag us, that would be kind of fine. A little bit awkward for blocking the Tomebound Lich. Yep, okay. Lose one of our slimes. If they just do that every turn, that's honestly not the worst for us, because we get the ability to outslime them pretty quickly. This might be incorrect, I kind of just like denying them the ability to loot another zombie into the graveyard, like losing that body for free, but it's also just a 2/2 slime, so not feeling too finicky about it. Let's double slimes here. Now we have a much better board to defend with, and we'll file draw 2 next turn, which should be helpful. They fleshbag us again. Their attacks are much worse though, which is nice. Phyrexian Arena, sure, we're okay with that. We draw 2. Collector's Vault is awkward, huh? Or I guess, sorry, we can... The file will make our Collector's Vault draw 2. That's how cards work. Yay! Ooh. Okay. Yeah, chuck a land, get a biogenic ooze down. This is relevant to my interests. We're not looking to be super duper aggressive yet, so I just trundle on in with 1. Sure, they trade the Tomebound Lich for it, that's fine. We have to get it off the battlefield at some point. Biogenic Ooze scales everything up. They're probably going to flesh bag one of our oozes. Champion of the perished for our opponents. Love the champ. I'm still so mad, still mad that we got the stupid cleric lord instead of anything to make zombies good. Like, champion is a really important card for zombies, and if we just had, like, another zombie lord instead of that garbage, I think they could have seen meaningful play in standard. They saw little, but they certainly haven't been relevant in standard for a hot minute. Our opponent hovering the biogenic ooze. They maybe have a thing. Eaten by piranhas. Oh no. So ooze is no longer super relevant. Open the gates. We can do that, and do that, and do that. And do we want to Aeve here? We can spin the vault. Yeah, sorry, just counting our mana, spinning the vault. You know what, sure, I'll take it. Nice example of our engine coming online in a good way there of, like, even though our draw is a little bit fiddly, just early parallel lives and the file working together to give us a lot of, like, pressure and value. And the move that turn, if they don't scoop, is, like, play Reclaim the Wastes, play out Aeve. I think, yeah, we end up having the mana for that. I don't remember if I made land drop. Anyway, we do that, we make them block with stuff, we crush them with slime value afterwards. Only thing that bails them out of this type of board state really is like a sweeper, and anything that has the ability to break symmetry can't kill our larger slimes. So that's nice. Yeah, good games to the opponent. Once again, if you like the video and so on, click buttons or whatever. Helps the channel a lot. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you again, and bye-bye. Thank you for watching the video, and an extra big thank you to the Patreon patrons and YouTube members that help make these videos possible. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.